So what I wanted to say is that you hear time and again, you can't see well because your eye is myopic, and everybody tells you it's large, it's too long, the light will fall in front of the retina. They're not wrong about that. The only thing they're wrong about is saying that you can't change that. They tell you, you have presbyopia, it's because you're 40, blah, blah, blah. You can't change it. Well, there are many reasons why you have presbyopia. Some of them are mental, some of them are physical. Doesn't mean you can't change it. There are many things you can do to change it. I can only do so much in an hour and a half. But I wanted to wake you up to the fact that vision improvement can work, and the problem that the world has is that this seminar is this small. Marie did a fantastic job, but we don't have here 10,000 people, we have 100 people. And that is the tragedy of the whole thing. We should have 10,000. Some very courageous ophthalmologists are coming to these conferences, and they can survive my insults, which I'm really apologizing for. Okay? But the point is that I actually see them as great people, as great pioneers. And the problem is that not enough people understand that vision can improve. What's the result is that the vision degenerates. And most of the illnesses of these days are degeneration of the retina that leads to blindness. I will never forget the 81-year-old lady who came to me, and she got a Lucidin injection in her eye. I remember in the past, when I told to people, don't do the laser surgery that destroys a part of your macula because it's bleeding, I made myself vulnerable to legal prosecution. Now all the ophthalmologists said that surgery was wrong. Now they give you all those injections. 10 years from now they'll say that it's wrong because it actually shrinks the blood vessels. Because what happens? You don't get enough blood to your head, right? So then the retina starts to grow capillaries to compensate for not having enough blood to your head. They're not perfect, so they leak and they flood the photoreceptors and they kill you. What's the solution? Get more blood to your head. But will you get that from medicine? Forget it. You get it? So you need a good diet. You need to start and exercise muscles you never used before. We have 600 muscles in our body. We only use 50 out of them. The body is tired from what we do all the time. The result is that the muscles are tired, the muscles are stiff, and in the United States, 1 out of every 4 people has arthritis. In the rest of the world, 1 out of every 6 people have arthritis, and in the best countries, 1 out of 8 people has arthritis. It starts with the fact that we sit on chairs all day long, and we don't see it as a problem, simply because we lost all sensitivity to our body. And here's what we do. Stand up, everybody. And push the leg back. Take a deep breath. See how better you can breathe through your abdomen right now. See how better you can breathe through your chest right now. Can you? Yeah. 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 Good. Now the other side. Hold the leg. Okay, hold the leg. Look up. And look up at the ceiling. Look up. And look up at the ceiling. And breathe the abdomen deep. Luktinasa. Breathe. Very good. Now sit down again. Does it feel more relaxing? So I want you to know that what happens after 20 minutes, the muscles that are responsible for sitting can't anymore contract. They give up. Because it's too much for them. We're not built to do that. I mean, 150 years ago, people did not sit that much. Okay? So those muscles just simply give up. Okay? And then you should do movements that you never did before. Remember, we have 600 muscles. Most people use only 50 out of them. And the result is our joints are becoming completely, are starting to decay. I mean, one of my biggest complaints in life is that I don't have back pain, and that makes me very lonely. So, we have to understand that to a great extent, we are not allowing ourselves to have the full movement that most people can possibly have. And if we learn to start and use the body differently, we would do a big favor to us. For example, one of the unnatural things in modern life is shoes and cement. Cement is so unnatural. I felt so relieved today walking down the hill, not taking the tram, walking down the hill, and not in the paved way, but in the unpaved way. And walking up the hill. It was fun, it was fantastic. Prepared me to be in good energy for the lecture. I hope you like my energy in this lecture, you know. Yeah. But that's one of the reasons is the hill, you know, nature. But we walk with shoes on cement. They confine the feet, and cement is hard on the joints. And we don't feel it. I gave myself a gift. I ran for 15 kilometers on the beach and rode for 15 kilometers with a bicycle. And that made me feel that I got the best 55th birthday. I know I look 70, but I feel 20. So the point is that real strength doesn't come with effort. Real strength comes with starting to use with what we normally don't use. And we don't even know how stiff we become because of what we always use. Let me give you a real good example. Move your shoulders in rotating motion, both of them. Put your hands on your thighs, move your shoulders in rotating motion. Think as if the tips of the shoulders move the shoulder. I wish I had more time to show you this exercise. I think in a minute I'm finishing, right? So move your shoulders in rotating motion in both directions. Blink and breathe. Blink, wave your hands to the sides in the periphery, yeah? Blink and breathe. Sit down. Sitting all days in a chair is one of the reasons for old age blindness. Because not enough blood comes all the way from the body, from the calves to the eyes. And the eyes become dry, and the retina starts to be wet, and we have many, many problems. We have to start and change the way that we function. Use muscles we never used before. Most of you don't have any access to most of your joints. Let me give you an example. Put your hands like this. Do this. Can you? And I don't have a double joint. The reason I can do it is because my trapezius is relaxed enough to do it. Your trapezius doesn't let you do it. You have no idea how limited your movement is. So we learn the secret of nature, that we should really adjust to nature with our visual apparatus, knowing that we live unnormal life, that we should look at the distance in compensation for the fact that we have to look from here. That we should start to take interest in our world because our mind stopped doing it a long time ago. That we should rest the eyes, we should pay attention to the periphery. We should work muscles we never worked before and have more blood flow. We would have 1/2 of 1% of the vision problems that exist these days. And you will have much different life. Thank you. You have the sky, you have the mountains everywhere. In terms of looking at the distance, this is what I'm saying, that basically we lost interest in our life and we have to make our life more vital. And I think it's almost a spiritual call to not be lazy, but to do what it takes to be alive. Okay?